at least. Working at ESPN, we all know the news right now. No need to delay the obvious. My man Ryan Clark for ESPN is gone. He was let go by ESPN yesterday. There's a lot of noise circulating throughout social media and beyond about how he found out. He was on the air doing NFL Live when he was notified, and various reports out there were saying that, ESPN was concerned as a result of knowing that the information had leaked, that he would find out while he was on the air from somebody else, so they wanted to make sure he heard from them or whatever. I don't know all those details. And to be quite honest with you, I don't care. What I care about is that my brother, Ryan Clark, a person that I consider to be arguably the best NFL analyst in America, is no longer a member of ESPN. And I can't even tell y'all how much that hurts. He's a man, and so he's going to handle it the way men do. And we understand that. But I'm going to miss him. I am not happy about this decision one bit. The bosses know I'm not happy about this decision. I've made that very, very clear. But it's also important that myself and anybody else in the world of business be grown-ups and understand that these are the kind of things that happen when layoffs happen. It's Tuesday, and by the end of this day, you're going to hear about a lot more folks getting laid off. People that are my colleagues, my contemporaries. For all I know, and I don't know the names yet, but for all I know, some more of my friends are going to be gone. You have to get to a point where you recognize what being an adult in the room is all about. When we think about ESPN, first of all, let me be very, very clear. I can disagree with my employers. What you're not going to get me to do is insult my employers. Business is business. And whether we like it or not, those people who made the decisions, whether it's a Ryan Clark or a host of other people, are paid to make those decisions. It's in an enviable position to be in. It ain't the days when ESPN could just hire and hire and hire some more without ever having to let go or lay off anybody. Those days are long gone. I'm looking at notes here, and I'm thinking about May of 2013, when ESPN laid off 400 employees, 5% of its workforce.
Stay locked in on The Pivot. Had to pull up real quick because Stephen A. Smith decided to hop on camera and weigh in on something that's had everyone talking for the last day. Ryan Clark getting let go by ESPN live in the middle of NFL Live. They just wrapped a segment on Jaden Daniels, went to commercial, and when the show came back, Clark was gone. Word started spreading fast after that, and once it's confirmed, that's not a layoff anymore. That's a firing, especially at the level Disney operates on. And everybody knows that's not how you're supposed to handle something like this, especially live on air. That's really what this whole conversation is about. Stephen A. put out something like a 17-minute response to it. And look, giving your condolences, showing respect for a colleague, that's fine. I'm not telling anybody how to run their platform. That's not what this is about. But here's the thing, fam. This isn't going viral just because somebody got laid off. That part isn't new. That happens. That's life. These are well-known guys with real followings. People who work at ESPN, retired NFL players, Super Bowl champions, award winners. They've got audiences. ESPN is massive. Disney is massive. Of course, it's going to be a conversation. Layoffs happen, and yeah, it sucks every time. Nobody walks into work prepared for that. Funny how it works, too. They expect 2 weeks' notice when you leave a job, but they sure don't extend you the same courtesy when they're the ones letting you go. Everybody already knows all that. That's not the actual issue people are upset about right now. It's not that it happened, it's how it happened. The way this was handled was disrespectful, plain and simple. And that's why we call you the script reader, Stephen A., because you spent 17 minutes talking without really addressing what people are actually upset about. So don't come out saying, I'm not gonna go after my bosses, because right now, people are talking about your bosses, specifically about how this was handled. How do you justify being that careless, that disrespectful, especially with everything already circulating? This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment call. A decision like this doesn't happen overnight. It gets built up over time. The backlash isn't really about the decision to move on from him, agree or disagree with his takes, love him or not. It's about how you treat somebody who's given years to a company. Situations like this are exactly why people start asking whether it was intentional, whether they wanted to send a message, and ESPN has to sit with that backlash because nobody's above accountability, not really. Now, when it comes to certain companies, sure, they hold a lot of power. They're wealthy, they're influential, they employ a ton of people, they control narratives, they've got the relationships and the structure to move however they want. There are things they can get away with, but being called out isn't one of them. And the way this was handled was sloppy, especially with reports floating around that just last weekend, everything looked friendly between Clark and network leadership at Fanatics Fest. If that's accurate, it makes this hit even harder, because now here comes Stephen A. Smith saying, "I'm not gonna go after my bosses." We remember what you said, though. The guy who told everyone that when he goes to work every day, he's thinking about how to make his bosses more money.
Successful at ESPN. Because I woke up one day in 2010 and I say, I know exactly what the hell has been wrong with me, and I figured it out. And I wake up every day. How do I make my bosses more money? How do I get some of it? Now, I haven't always been successful. There's a few people in here that were my bosses that I thought I could have done a better job for, and I'm sorry I wasn't as good as I needed.
You said it yourself, so now we're just calling it what it is. That whole response was a lot of word salad and semantics. It was basically, let me be clear, my bosses know I'm not happy about this. Okay, cool. But then in the same breath, it's, I understand business. Yeah, we all understand business. We all know layoff happened. That's real. That was never the issue. The issue is the disrespect that came with how it was done. Pulling someone off the air in real time while people were actually watching the show. I'm not usually tuned into that program myself, but plenty of people were. He was just on screen, and then the news broke that he'd been fired. So the real question is, who leaked that? Who put it out there? Because right now, it's mostly speculation. As for that incident from last year, I don't personally think that's what led to this, but the truth is, none of us actually know the real reason behind the timing or the decision. What we do know is that right now, Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith are the clear faces of ESPN. Let's keep that all the way real. And from what's been said, there's talk about needing to free up budget for guys like that, and we all know budgets at these networks have been tight. Let's be honest about the bigger picture too. If you understand how this industry works, guys like him aren't going away. He'll just take his talent over to something like The Pivot and keep building independently, the way plenty of others already have. That's the direction the whole industry is heading in. And that shift hurts networks like ESPN in a real way. Their viewership, their audience, especially with how much competition exists now in streaming. People don't have to wait around for ESPN to get analysis and hot takes anymore. You've got athletes running their own shows that people are actually tuning into. So ESPN isn't controlling that space the way it used to. And it feels like their approach now is just to hold on to their biggest stars and cut the rest when they feel it's necessary. But we still have to call this situation what it is: negligence and disrespect towards someone who put in the work. Let me know what you think. More videos, more content coming your way. Appreciate you rocking with the show. Stay on your pivot. We've got something dropping on the Patreon too. Lock in with us.